Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This video is the October vlog. Before I get into anything really, I just want to say thank you everyone for following along this far into the year. If you're new here, welcome. I've been doing a vlog every month this year so far, and I plan to do it the next couple of months. All I know is I set off this year to do a video a month. Kind of took that as an opportunity to do sort of this vlog series. So anyway, here's the October vlog. Had a couple tournaments this month that I'll be going over. I also posted an AMA to my Instagram. First off, before any of that though, at the beginning of the month, I went home to visit my folks. Played a lot of disc golf in a matter of like 3 days, so very fun to get out there, get some practice in. It was very sunny, very warm, not in a bad way though. It was pretty much the last little ounce of summer that I could get. After getting back to Forest Grove, I had a couple days to prepare for the first tournament of the month, which was the Wild Rose Invitational at Skamania Lodge. What the heck? The weather during the tournament was rather different than the weekend prior when I was in California. We played 2 rounds on Saturday, 1 round on Sunday. I was able to survive Saturday pretty well. My scores were pretty good. I made some good putts. Played well enough to find myself on lead card for Championship Sunday. I wasn't really in contention to win this one unless I really played lights out last round. I don't really like making excuses, so I won't. I think the biggest thing was though that I just wasn't as prepared as I could have been for the rain on Sunday. The first couple of holes it started off really nice and there wasn't really any rain, a couple sprinkles here and there. It was on the par fives though that it was starting to pour the most, and by then I had lost my grip completely. But at that point it just was that feeling you get where your hands are just permanently wet. Everyone had to deal with the conditions though, so I'm not going to really blame that. It just was kind of my lack of preparation that I'd kind of chalk it up to. You know, playing with that and dealing with the conditions, sort of just surviving, I was able to get last cash, which was awesome, and a pretty decent overall rating for the tournament, so can't really complain about that. There was also a ratings update. I think this is the 3rd month that my rating has just stayed the same, so I think maybe next month I should get a little bump. Last tournament I played was a pretty decent average. That tournament actually being Wheatland, which was this last weekend. It was supposed to be pretty bad conditions again. The rain. Hello. The forecast showed the rain being pretty heavy. In reality, it was more windy, probably, I would say, overall than it was rainy. I was able to play well enough the first round to get myself on lead card yet again. Played pretty well again, starting off. Second round wasn't too crazy rainy or windy, but as the round went on, the conditions got worse and worse. I was a lot more prepared this time though. At the end of the day, I just didn't play as well as the guys at the top, so this wasn't my day. I did feel like it was a tournament I could have won if I kind of just closed it out at the end and really landed in good spots, gave myself good opportunities, but even in decent spots, I kind of just wasn't really putting myself in the best position to score, leaving it behind trees or in a bush. Overall though, I did cash and my event rating was over 1,000. So I'm hoping that that tournament will give me a little bit of a bump going into my off season next month. It really is just an off season for tournament play. I kind of just want to focus on my 9 to 5, set aside time for course previews. I don't think that I'll be doing any more tournaments the rest of the year. However, there is a tournament coming up that I think you guys should look out for. I believe it's the 6th. I haven't been there yet. I'm actually planning on playing a course preview with Ty, a little forehand backhand action. He's played it once, I know at least once. I'll be playing blind, like I said, so that'll be coming out next month, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. If you're not following me on Instagram or Ty, make sure you guys go ahead and do that now. If you don't have an Instagram, download Instagram, set up an account, and follow me on Instagram. It's just easier for you guys to be able to like keep up with updates, and I post a lot of things on my story. And I actually posted an Ask Me Anything, and I got a few questions on there that I kind of want to go over. I think will make for good content. So I'm actually going to get into. Hey man, hey, I think someone took your rhinos. What? What do you mean? My rhinos? Yeah, I'm not really sure. I remember having him. I left him in. Wait, did I lose? Wait. Oh shoot. Right. Where are you? Oh, okay. Oh, you're okay. Just where I left you. All right. Let me tuck you guys in. All right. You stay there, okay? All right. That was a close one. I'm gonna keep these questions anonymous. I've got about 10 of them. The first one: favorite slept-on Innova driver. Honestly, for that, I think my answer is the racer. Just for my backhand, it works really well at just being kind of like a straight, flat across, really straight, far distance driver. I know a lot of people kind of don't really like this, and it's like, oh, it's for amateurs, and it's too flippy. I do think it is flippy. Like if you put it on Anheuser in the wind, it's not going to be great, obviously. But in certain situations, or with a tailwind or something like that, this disc is a bomber. And I've actually hole 8 at Buxton with that turnover kind of high, let it out wide on a hyzer and flips all the way up, drifts left up the hill, birdied it in a tournament. So very slept on, if you ask me. Next question. What kind of shot is most satisfying to you, so to me, when I execute it? I think I have a main answer and then I have like an honorable mention. The main answer is just a nice hyzer flip up backhand. When I feel like I can really snap through, get that hyzer flip up, bink, and it just rides dead flat, or even maybe gets an S turn and comes out of it. Man, it's just a good feeling. It just makes me feel like, yeah, I can play disc golf. Honorable mention, it's just something that I ride on a lot. It's just that dead straight zone shot, whether it's flip up or just kind of slamming flat, or even just a little bit of anhyzer too to keep it a little bit low, even like through a tunnel at Wheatland or something like that. That's got to be number two, or that's pretty much my go-to. Like that's if that shot is working, my game is on point. Otherwise, I'd have to stick with that backhand hyzer flip up. All right, next one. How do you throw forehand so far? Obviously, I chose this one because I'm egotistical and I like talking about my own forehand. No, to be honest though, I think it really comes from my baseball background and just playing catch a lot. I had a pretty strong arm in baseball from the outfield, and so I think that kind of translates directly over to that disc golf throw. So the real answer is curls, though, actually. Make sure you guys are doing your curls. All right, next question. Oh, this one's kind of like a hypothetical. So you have bad luck. Your rating drops to 943. How do you find the willpower to continue? It would really depend on why my rating fell down. If it was just because I wasn't able to practice and wasn't able to play a lot, and then when I went back out, there was just a lot of kind of rust to my game that I wasn't able to shake off. I think if I wasn't able to practice at all, I probably would just play recreationally, because knowing me and knowing my competitive nature, I would want to give myself the best opportunity I could to succeed. And if I know that going forward, then it just is really just a matter of how much I just love playing. And honestly, I love playing enough where if I wasn't able to practice a lot, I would just play on the weekends and I'd have a great time. On the other hand, though, if I got injured and my rating dropped because I wasn't able to throw as far with maybe forehand or something that changed kind of my game style, it really, again, I think it just falls back on how much you love playing. Like if you love playing, you're going to throw with your left hand or you're going to throw with your foot. So I think the willpower just comes from your desire to want to play or not. So, all right, next question. How would your life be different if you had never seen a potato? Hmm. I think it would be pretty different, although there's a lot of potato substitutes. If I was forced to eat a sweet potato for every regular potato I had throughout my life, maybe I would be a little bit healthier. Who knows? I definitely know French fries are not good for you, even though they are so good. Show of hands. What year were you born? A lot of these hands. A lot. This many hands. How many reps did it take on your shake weight to achieve your ideal body image? The real question is, how many reps can a shake weight handle? And first of all, I think I'm I think I'm going 2 shake weights. I don't think I'm just going to have one, especially to achieve my ideal body image. All right, here's a good one. You get 2 wishes, but one of them, randomly chosen, the opposite happens. What do you do? What are you doing? So I get 2 wishes, but one of them is randomly chosen by somebody else. The opposite happens. So like if one of my wishes was to jump high and the other one was to run fast, which that's like 10-year-old boy wishes, like I just want to be a superhero, I guess. You're telling me one of them the opposite happens, but it's random. So, that's a tough one. Might have to open that one up in the comments. Comment down below if you have an answer to that one. Oh, here we go. Back to disc golf a little bit more. Okay, so is a disc more similar to a sphere or a cylinder? Well, a sphere by definition is a round solid figure, or its surface with every point on its surface equidistant from its center. A cylinder by definition is a solid geometric figure with straight parallel sides and a circular or oval cross section. So with that being said, looking at a disc, because it's more on the flat side, and if you really look at the edges, like I just imagine that if you lifted this up, like stretched it out there, it'd be closer to a cylinder than a sphere. I think a sphere, you'd have to add a lot more surface area in order for it to become a sphere. I think my answer would be cylinder on that one. All right, last question. What's a good experience for an attractive man to share his newly? You know, we don't have to answer that one. All right, guys. Well, it's been a fun video. Thank you for tuning in. This has been the October vlog. When I post this, it should be Halloween today. So make sure you guys have a safe, fun Halloween. Stay tuned also for the next forehand versus backhand battle with Ty. Like I said, we're going to be playing at that blimp course very soon. And there's a tournament coming up in December. All day disc golf. We'll be running it, so you know it's going to be good. Anyways, I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you guys again for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.